Roman Sionis, Black Mask, debuted for DC Comics in Batman number 386 in August of 1985. Sionis was born into a wealthy family. His parents were socialites and were more preoccupied with their social standings than anything else in their life. They hid their imperfections and embarrassments from their wealthy friends and acquaintances, such as Roman being dropped on his head as a baby by the doctor, or that Roman was attacked by a raccoon on their own estate, stuff like that. Roman's parents even befriended Thomas and Martha Wayne, though they hated them behind closed doors. They only remained in their social circle to benefit themselves. All these elements combined to make Roman bitter towards his parents. He despised them for the fake masks they wore. When he grew older, Roman fell in love with a working-class girl named Circe, and his parents disapproved of the relationship, forcing him to break up with her. In retaliation, he burned down his family home with his parents inside, and would inherit their fortune and family business, Sionis Cosmetics. Unfortunately, soon afterwards, Roman would run the company into the ground after launching a new makeup line that became a financial disaster and disfigured hundreds of women. Bruce Wayne, who was a childhood friend of Roman, offered to bail Sionis Cosmetics out of their financial troubles with his company Wayne Enterprises, so long as Roman agreed to hand over control to him. Angry, Roman would go to the cemetery where his parents were buried and break into their crypt. While trying to unlock it, a lightning bolt would strike him and knock him into a nearby rock. Roman would view this as a form of his rebirth, and break off a piece of his father's ebony casket, creating a mask with it, along with a new identity. Roman Sionis, now going by the name of Black Mask, would form his own mask-wearing gang known as the False Face Society, which went on a crime spree across Gotham. They would kill the new chairman of Sionis Cosmetics by placing a mask on him with a toxic facial cream underneath, which was absorbed by his pores. Sionis would then target and murder several members of the Wayne Foundation, who took over his former company in order to get revenge on Bruce Wayne. He also kidnaps Circe and disfigures her face as well. Black Mask would be lured to a masquerade ball at Wayne Manor, and despite donning a different mask to prevent himself from being recognized, he would be discovered by Bruce Wayne. After a scuffle, Sionis would flee, returning to his family crypt. Batman and Robin would arrive at the graveyard and fight off Black Mask's goons. Sionis would go down a hidden passageway under one of his parents' coffins, get in a hearse, and drive to his family estate with the intention of burning it to the ground, starting with his childhood toys. Batman and Robin defeat more members of the False Face Society and confront Black Mask, who is tripped by a rope batarang and falls face first into the burning toys, which causes his mask to be permanently melted to his face. Sionis' next full appearance would be in Batman number 485, where he kidnaps Lucius Fox for aiding Bruce Wayne's takeover of Sionis Cosmetics. Batman fights another villain named Metalhead in the following issue, who wants to join Black Mask's ranks. The villain is quite silly and forgettable. His weapon is impractical and would hurt your neck after a while, but Batman defeats him and rescues Lucius, despite Roman Sionis himself getting away. Though Black Mask would appear a few more times throughout the 1980s and 1990s, becoming one of the most powerful crime bosses in Gotham City, he wouldn't don his iconic skull mask design until the early 2000s. It's the appearance most people recognize today, and I think it's definitely the most memorable. He even had an interesting leather mask in DC's Rebirth line. Roman Sionis is a man who wanted to destroy his past self. He hated who he was and what his family represented. His parents' phoniness was something he could not stand for, and decided to take things into his own hands by ending their lives. Roman being born again as Black Mask could be viewed as a form of omen. It takes on many religious themes. When his parents force him to end his relationship with Circe, it's their way of cleansing him. The comic even refers to it as an exorcism of sorts. There are many references to hell, with Black Mask threatening to take Bruce Wayne with him there, and even when Roman was bitten by the raccoon when he was a kid, there is a sequence similar to Alice falling down the rabbit hole. In this instance, the comic refers to it as Roman being dragged to hell. Interestingly, the face of the raccoon is the same mask Roman wears at the masquerade to conceal his identity, it being a memory from his childhood. Though I feel the original storylines featuring Black Mask have been the most thought-provoking in regards to his origin and themes, the character has had many memorable confrontations with the likes of Catwoman and Red Hood in the years since. I think he's one of DC's most underrated villains. In many of his adaptations, Sionis is depicted as a hothead with a short fuse, probably because of the countless times his plans have been thwarted. There are many comparisons to be made between the characters of Batman and Black Mask. Both men conceal themselves behind dark facades. Sionis and Wayne were childhood acquaintances, and their parents were in the same social circle with one another. Both Bruce Wayne and Roman Sionis have a certain level of phoniness to their lives. With Roman, it was his parents, and the act of him covering up his failed life. With Bruce, he is essentially playing a role within society, putting on a face while in the public's eye. His true self is that of Batman. What are your guys' thoughts on Black Mask as a character? Do you agree with me that he is not only one of Batman's most underrated rogues, but one of the most underrated in all of DC? How well do you think Ewan McGregor will do in the role with his version of Black Mask? Let me know in the comment section down below. As always, this has been NerdGasm. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel to be notified of all future content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.